Hi, shiny lights. How can we connect to somebody who has just passed over? Is it possible? That's the question for today. And the answer is yes, yes, yes. Guess what? Our loved ones, they close their eyes in this world, they open them in the next, just like that. There's no in between. There's no limbo. There's no like gates. There's nothing like that. You are instantly in the spirit world. In fact, some people say that we're in the spirit world already. How's that? That blows your mind, doesn't it? This is what happened to somebody recently who reached out in my Facebook group, the Evidential Psychics Playground. She said, my father just passed, and I'm so sorry about that. That's awful when someone passes that we love so much. She said that he passed, and I'm in the house, but I can't feel him. And then she started wondering, well, is he stuck? Is he in limbo? Do you have to wait a while? You know, like all this sort of like, oh, what's happening? And I really want to say to you that he is there, and there's not a barrier to him contacting you or having him feel your presence. Because of course, as soon as you pass, who do you want to go see? You can see anyone in the blink of an eye. You can be across the world. You don't have to jump on a plane anymore. Of course, you want to be right by your loved ones to console them, to let them know, hey, I'm still here. But here's what happens. When you can't feel them, it's not them, it's you. Imagine the shock and the grief and the, oh my God, they're gone. Even if it's somebody that, you know, you've been by their bedside for days, weeks, months. When it finally happens, it's big. It's big for us to process. So a lot of the time, it's not because we can't feel them, they're not there. It's because we're dealing with our own very human, very normal feelings. Okay, that's all. Sometimes the grief process needs to wait a little bit before we can feel them again, even before racing off and seeing a medium, because sometimes our own emotions are so big, even the best medium can't quite get through that, our human part, not the spirit part. That's all that's going on. And to be honest, when my beautiful, beautiful dog, Brucey, that I had for 8 years, my rescue doggy, passed, I couldn't feel him either. I was devastated. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a medium. I'm supposed to be doing this. I could not feel him for ages until it was reminded to me by someone who was very gentle and a lot more experienced than I. It's your own grief process. You're stopping it. And often we're so desperately wanting it, but there's all these other emotions going on. So if you've lost somebody immediately and you don't feel them, it's normal, it's human, it's our grieving process. It's nothing to do with whether they are stuck or not, whether they love you, whether they've gone somewhere or they're reincarnated, or any of that. Just let the dust settle a little bit, and I promise you that they are doing their utmost to get through to you, to leave you the signs, leave you those funky coincidences, have that song played on the radio that was his special song or her special song, the flowers, the smells, the random photographs, all of that is coming your way, I promise. Because one thing I know, love never dies. And when we close our eyes in this world, we open them in the next. If you love this, subscribe, wherever that button is. And I'd love to see you in the next video. Ciao.